A crooked New York State judge just ruled that I have to pay a fine of $355 million for having built a perfect company. Great cash, great buildings, great everything. It affects New York. It's mostly talking about New York, where we have a totally corrupt attorney general. She campaigned on the fact that I will get Trump, I will get Trump. Everybody's seen it. Letitia, James, they've all seen it. Well, we'll be appealing, but more important than that, this is Russia, this is China, this is the same game. All comes out of the DOJ, it all comes out of Biden. It's a witch hunt against his political opponent, the likes of which our country has never seen before. You see it in third world countries, banana republics, but you don't see it here.
MAGA fans have to be tired of this merry-go-round that Trump has them on after he loses over and over again in court. So now that he's been told he's on the hook for another $360 million for fraudulent business practices in New York, it's time to call it political weaponization. That's apparently been unleashed by the dementia-riddled president, who they also claim can think clearly enough to orchestrate the biggest unfair takedown of Trump through the court system.
And we're heading into a third world war because of this guy. We have to win this election. They're doing everything possible to step in our way, but we're not going to stand for it.
Trump kids were all over TV trying to defend their father, especially since they're also being punished for their part in running the company too.
You have an attorney general who ran on the notion of getting my father. I'm going to go into the attorney general's office every single day, sue Donald Trump, and go home. I'm going to take him down. You watch. I'm going to sue the blank out of him. That was her political platform. She campaigned on that. She fundraised on that. We didn't have a chance, Janine. We just didn't have a chance in New York because it's a rigged system. And you could not have a better real estate company than ours. You could not have a more professional real estate company than ours.
Notice the same talking points from Donald have been handed over to Eric about Letitia James. It feels like people can tell that it's not really a coincidence that they're on the hook for so many illegal activities over so many years. But Eric still thinks that talking about how awesome he thinks he is will substitute for a legal defense.
My father built the skyline of New York City. And this is the thanks he gets? For doing absolutely nothing wrong, not a dollar financial loss. The exact opposite. Hundreds of millions of dollars in financial gain. And as to Don and I, every single witness testified we had nothing to do with this.
The story keeps changing. They ran a perfect real estate company right before Don Jr. and I had nothing to do with this. So what was the this Eric is talking about if the company was run so perfectly? Doesn't make any sense. So maybe Don Jr.'s whining on TV will provide us some answers.
The judge in Gorin had about a 70 or 80 page ruling, and in it he said Trump showed no remorse. And I'm thinking, no remorse because no one was injured. This is a victimless crime, but somehow he's attaching his massive judgment to Trump not showing remorse.
As it related to Eric and I, every single witness said we had nothing to do with the things in question. Didn't matter. Again, as I said, even liberals were like, they're going to release those guys because they had nothing to do with it. That's pretty clear.
The Trumps have their talking points coordinated to call it a banana republic and attack the prosecutor that presented the facts, and then also arbitrarily claim that their company was run fabulously. But somehow both Eric and Jr. claim that they had nothing to do with something that wasn't fabulous. And Eric Bolling called it a victimless crime. They're all over the place. How is their crime then if nothing happened but it was run fabulously, but we had nothing to do with the crime that happened? They're fleecing their supporters so easily they have no idea how to actually have a conversation with someone who's not caught up in all their propaganda. The Lincoln Project, founded by Republicans against Trump, imagine what one more member of the Trump family might think about this whole situation. But I'm not completely sure this is an accurate scenario. It's definitely dirty though.
Donnie, I always knew you'd blow it. You were always a fool, a joke, low rent. I bailed you out so many times. Your deals were all garbage. You couldn't even make money off a casino, you up. I'm ashamed you have my name. Everyone knows why the women leave you. You're boring, broke. And I told you not to get fat. You pay porn stars and you're weak down there.
Thank you very much.